Hello there, my name's Kathleen Mason with the Monmouth Independence Chamber of Commerce. Today we have a wonderful guest, Jason Saunders with MyNet, who is going to talk about the challenges and successes about bringing broadband and internet to rural and semi-rural communities. So welcome, Jason.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you. Great, great. Why don't we start out with telling us a little bit about how you came to MyNet yourself and a little bit about your telecommunications background.
Okay. I'm actually from, I've lived in both Monmouth and Independence. I went to Central High School, went to Western.
Wow.
After high school, I ended up in a job as a manager. I didn't like it, so I got into telecommunications industry, working for AT&T Broadband.
Oh.
That was 21 years ago, believe it or not. After that, I actually ended up with Comcast for years and years and years. I was in Comcast doing sales in Corvallis area, Benton and Lynn County, when I was a customer of MyNet. And people were noticing what they're doing here, and especially Comcast was super impressed. And I was like, "Wow, that's really really good idea." So, unsolicited, I came in and put my resume in the ring, and I got hired 12 years ago. So I've shuffled around since I've been there. I've worn many hats. I still wear many hats, but right now I'm currently the sales and marketing manager for MyNet, and it's a great community. I love working for them, and I love what they're doing for the cities.
Well, I have to send a shout out that the Monmouth Independence Chamber of Commerce uses MyNet as its internet provider, and for our phone provider, it's just really great. I do a lot of streaming of music all day long to make the office kind of a hospitable place, and plus I'm doing a lot of things on the back end and the back office, so I just want to send a shout out about that. It's a wonderful, wonderful service. So currently, tell us a little bit about what MyNet is up to right now, being a regional broadband player. What are some other successes and challenges, and also what about your bottom line? So talk a little bit about that.
Last year we did, a few years early, we upgraded our whole system. We went from BPON, which maxes out at 100 megs, to GPON, which maxes out at a gig, or 1,000 megs.
And remember, there's a lot of people that are not tech savvy, so speak our talk.
So the end user, we can now do 10 times the speed at your home or office.
Awesome. Awesome.
We got that done last year, and doing that, we bumped our speeds, all our speeds up, and we also went synchronous, or our upload and download speed are the same.
Oh, okay.
So if you have 150 megs download, you also have the same upload, which is very rare in these kind of markets. Usually providers really put a dollar value on the upload for whatever reason, but we don't. Ours is the same, synchronous.
And do you feel your rates are competitive with your other people in the area that are doing?
Oh yeah, very much so. I do all the research. About once a quarter, I'll go in and do all the pricing all across Oregon and Washington and compare apples to apples, which is kind of hard sometimes.
Yes.
Different speeds, different providers, different. But just compare and try to keep us as competitive as possible. And that's regular prices, not sales prices, introductory prices. But yeah, we're very competitive.
Right. So tell us, if someone's interested, and this happens a lot with an influx of a lot of new residents coming in. There's a lot of building going on in especially the Independence area, Hayden Homes, and some other builders. How do you approach that? How do you market to those people? What services will you be able to provide to them?
The good thing is a lot of builders know who we are, and we're owned by the cities, so we work with the cities.
Yes, and you need to emphasize that you are owned by the cities.
We are owned by the cities. Monmouth Independence Networks.
Yeah, so we're kind of all stakeholders in this. We're kind of almost, we really are. So.
But any new development, we're in there. We provide the equipment, or I should say the infrastructure, the conduit to get to locations. So we're often one of the first providers in those new areas.
Oh, how interesting.
And a lot of some of the newer buildings, apartment complexes especially, we're the only ones that go in there. The other providers choose not to go in there. And that's That's rare, but there's probably 4 or 5 apartment complexes that are the only providers in there.
So does that include the new one that's in Monmouth that they just built on Eccles? Isn't that interesting? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
Everyone had an opportunity to go in there. We're the only ones that went in there.
Oh my gosh.
And that, it wasn't our choice. That's just just how it presented
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, but still, that's really good for you folks. So, what else you want to tell us about what you're doing? Do you run any specials, bundling, or anything like that? Services? Or?
You know, we've done bundling in the past. Bundling is kind of a way to take more products than you really want sometimes.
Yeah.
We just like to say, if you want the internet, that's fine. If you want the phone, that's fine.
Right.
We try to be easy to do business with. Is our main thing. Bundling can get complicated, and in the long run, you don't always save money.
Since this is even a tight job market, and it seems like you folks probably do a lot of promoting from within, do you have any job openings right now? Or do you, and also do you partner with like the local school district or maybe with Western Oregon University to bring in people to teach them tech in a real world situation?
We've worked with a lot of Halo program, which is no longer around. I've worked with Western, Central High School. In fact, Central High School just did a commercial for us.
Oh!
It was a senior project for the production crew. I went there and I didn't give them any ideas. I said, this is,
Oh my God!
And they
That's
actually did a
fabulous.
commercial for us, and that should be playing at the cinema in Independence now.
Oh my goodness!
15-second ad. They did an awesome job with it. In fact, now that's going to be like their final. Every quarter, they're going to produce a commercial for us.
Did you embed that on your website? Because I would love to share it on Facebook.
It's not on the
or
website
something.
yet, but it's on Facebook.
Man.
But I can get you a link.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, I would really appreciate that. I think everyone would enjoy seeing what the kids can do
Yeah.
and everything, because we're all so proud of our children in the area. So
I just went in there and said, here's MyNet is the power of local. And I showed them a sign, a red sign that said that. And I said, what does MyNet mean to you?
right.
And they did an amazing job. I was blown away.
Fabulous,
So, yeah.
fabulous. That's just really great. Before we went on camera, you were talking about your connection to Western Oregon University and the various things that you do. You want to expand on that a little bit for our audience.
Yeah, I went to Western. I didn't graduate there. I graduated another college, but yeah, we won't name that. But I do have roots here, and I have a staff of 8, and 4 of those are Western graduates.
Oh my goodness.
So we approach the school, and we actually all have the
There we
WOU
go.
shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're working with the athletics department now. We do something called the MyNet Minute.
Oh.
We're at 4 men's basketball games. At halftime, we have a half-court shot. Different opportunities for people to win, like a year's worth of service, 6 months
wow.
worth of service. We've got people engaged. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun to go back and see that.
What a great way to promote and also promote everyone in the community. So,
It's fun for us, and it's fun for
Wonderful.
them too.
so we have a few minutes left. Is there anything you want to emphasize to people about MyNet and going regional and being a regional player and how we're all stakeholders or anything like that?
Yeah, we've actually expanded into Dallas. There's been discussion for years, but we're finally in there, doing well over there. They've had a lack of reliable providers for a while. We launched about a year ago. Construction it always takes a while, but we're up and running. We have a wonderful office over there. We're called Willamette Valley Fiber over there because MyNet is for Monmouth Independence.
Exactly.
And we do serve the Willamette Valley, but our colors there are orange to tie into their traditional, the dragons.
Oh yes, the
yeah.
dragons, absolutely, absolutely.
But the visitor center is actually housed in our building.
The Dallas Visitor Center.
Yes, the Dallas Visitor
yes,
Center,
yeah. Just want to throw that out there. Our colleagues over there. So.
But it's really nice to have our office there is downtown, and it's where the old Radio Shack was. So we're right on
It's
the
a
corner
nice
downtown.
building. I've
Yeah.
been in there. Really,
Yeah.
very, very nice. And don't you also, if people wander in and need to use Wi-Fi real quick, don't you offer that anymore? Or
We do. Yeah, anyone can go. We've got a space where we've got a kids area. We've got couches. We've got
almost
TVs.
like a cafe. It's almost like an internet cafe.
It is.
It's
It
got a
is.
vibe. I like it.
Yeah, we told people who are in sectors that we don't have service in yet that if they have meetings or something, they can go in there and use our Wi-Fi.
Right.
And they have, and they take advantage
That's
of it.
awesome.
And we had a
That is.
chamber meeting there yesterday morning.
Oh, good.
So we do a lot more events. Our MyNet office is small, as you'll find out next week. But
Yeah.
yeah, that one, it's a place for people to go, which we really like. We host a lot of events there.
That's wonderful. Well, we want to thank Jason very much for sharing with us. And if you're not currently a MyNet customer, you might think about it because it helps to support the community. It helps to straighten our infrastructure. And the more people that MyNet brings in as customers, it's just going to make it a lot more sustainable. Right, Jason?
That's right.
All right. So thank you very, very much.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
You're very
it.
welcome. My next guest is Emily Swart. Emily represents Western Oregon University Foundation. The foundation does an awful lot to advance Western Oregon University into the community and also into the future. So I'm just going to turn it over to Emily, and she's going to tell you everything that they're doing and future plans. So go ahead.
Thank you so much, Kathleen, for having me. I really just was so excited when I got the note that I was going to be able to talk, about the foundation and everything we're doing within Monmouth and Independence. Just a brief note, the Western Oregon University Foundation is the fundraising arm of the university. So when you hear that term foundation, that is what we do. And we have our annual Giving Day coming up. So that is March 3rd. It's our 4th annual Giving Day. And can I say we have our largest goal to date?
And what is it?
It is $100,000.
There we go.
I had to take a deep breath before that. So 4 years ago, we started this 24-hour online campaign. And basically, for the whole day of March 3rd, we will be actively, fearlessly, fiercely raising money for Western Oregon University students and programs that support the students. So this is our 4th year. We've been successful. Each year we've set a new goal and we've reached that goal or surpassed that goal.
Awesome.
But to raise $100,000 in one day is a feat. It's going to be a task, but I'm confident. I have a feeling that
you should be. You're a fundraiser. That's
I know.
What you have to feel.
Can I say? I think it's okay to say I'm confident. We
Very
can do
good.
it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
But it is going to, Giving Day's premise is not that we necessarily ask people for these large sums of gifts to support Western Oregon University students. It's more that we're seeking everyone's participation.
Right.
And
so the gifts could come in any size. I could give a $50 gift, and because my $50 will be added to other $50, it just becomes this growing mass, and then you reach your goal. It's that easy, and it's that hard.
It's that easy, and that's hard, and it's that hard. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You told me you have some experience in this. We have so many really cool matches and things going on during the day to increase your gift.
Oh, wow.
So look for those. It's imperative on March 3rd that you follow Western Oregon University on either Instagram or Facebook.
There you go. There you go. We'll help you push that out too.
Cool.
So
I love that. But yes, we're very excited, and that is just sort of our main focus right now as we get closer to March 3rd.
So talk about some of the programs that this $100,000 on a Giving Day will help to support. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So of course, the donor is really instrumental in dictating, obviously, where that money goes. So we rebranded our annual fund. We now call it the Fund for WOU. And the Fund for WOU is our unrestricted dollars. So in our world, unrestricted dollars means they aren't earmarked for anything specific.
Right.
But this pot of money is so important to the university because it is our greatest need pot. It gives Western Oregon University the opportunity to use these funds in a best case scenario, but kind of also in a worst case scenario. It gives them flexibility to kind of address the greatest needs that may come up in that year.
And that could be scholarships, things like that.
It could be emergency student aid.
Oh, yes,
So
absolutely.
the Fund for WOU does support the emergency student aid that we distribute on campus.
Would you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, so I know a little bit from the fundraising perspective that students can apply for this money if they have an emergency occur in their life.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I don't want to go too deep
Yeah,
down that
yeah,
road.
yeah.
But I've seen some issues with not being able to pay rent because of a family emergency. I've seen some issues of not being able to afford gas to get to work, and there is a process that they have to apply and get approved.
Right.
But yes, this money supports that effort.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely awesome. Now, you and I had talked a little bit earlier about your own personal connection with WOU. And
Yes.
I think, you know, there's always people that end up being the poster child for different organizations. You didn't think about yourself.
to say that.
But you're very successful. So please, in the few minutes remaining, talk a little bit about your own experience and why,
Sure.
and therefore, again, she's a poster child to show how important it is to support this Giving Day. So go
Sure.
right ahead.
They say that a good fundraiser is passionate about their project. I'm very passionate about Giving Day because this, you know, it really is sort of symbolic that in March we are going to go for our greatest goal of $100,000 for Western Oregon students, and I am also going to graduate.
There you go.
From Western Oregon University. I am a non-traditional student. We talked off camera that I recognized early that I had a lot of skills. I was able to talk to people. I was able to communicate. I was really enthusiastic. I was able to write well, but I really just didn't know what that meant.
How you could tie it all together.
Yeah. And so I came to campus and was employed, and this is where this university is so special. They saw those skills and said, I think you can do this. I think you can.
This is so inspiring.
I know.
This is wonderful.
This
wonderful.
is, I try not to get really emotional about it,
Yes,
but
yeah.
it is, and now that I get to speak with other students, I get to wear this really cool hat of being in rooms with colleagues, but also being in a room with a student. And Western Oregon University students, the common theme is this university saw something in me and gave me an opportunity.
Wonderful. That is a wonderful message. That
So
really is.
it is, and I can really attest to that.
Wonderful. So again, what day is the Giving Day, and how can people find out more about it?
Perfect. March 3rd, all day long.
Okay.
You might get a call from us. I have a call center of students. Students will be calling.
I was just going to
Yep.
ask, how can people contribute? Can you contribute online? Do we have to
Yep.
go to a phone bank? What do we do?
You may get a call. If you do not, you can go to wou.edu/give. That takes you right to our giving page, right there. But if you're really interested to see how a Giving Day plays out, you've got to follow the social media, because
you
it
go.
really is a social media campaign.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I personally am located in the cottage on campus. That's where the foundation lives on campus. You can come by the cottage anytime between 8 and 5, drop off a gift if you want to see us in person. It's really an exciting day. You can stop by Warner University Center between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2. We're going to have a table there. Please do that. But in its true form, it's an online campaign.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for
Thank
sharing,
you.
and
Yeah.
the best of luck, and you're going to make your goal. I have
Thank you,
no doubt.
Kathleen. Thank you.